Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the lovely Suffolk countryside, where I am in the village of Alpheton, which is just north of Sudbury and just south of Bury St Edmunds. And here is the beautiful church of St Peter and St Paul, which largely dates to the 15th century. Although just here is a beautiful Tudor porch. Now this has been dated to 1450, and the door itself is even older at 1430. And of course, the entire building is protected as a Grade 1 listed building. So the route that I'm going to be doing today is a 5-mile circular route that takes in the village of Alpheton and also nearby Shimpling, and visits a couple of medieval moats along the way. But before I leave here, there's one more historic treat I need to see, and that is Alpheton Hall Barns. Now this barn is made up of 8 bays, which date to the 15th century, but the last 3 bays on the western side actually date all the way back to the 13th century, which actually makes them one of the oldest timber buildings in the county. So I've just arrived at Shimpling Thorn, which is an old listed building just behind this hedge over here, and it's the site of a medieval moat as well. But the house is Grade 2 listed, and it says only dates to the 19th century, but it looks considerably older than that. It actually looks like it was built in the style of like a 16th or 17th century house. But the moat has been converted into a bit of a pond and a bit of a garden feature. If I nip over here, there's quite a nice view across to this house. So I've just left Shimpling, and that's the village just over there, to arrive at this moat here. Now there's a lovely large rectangular platform that slopes gently over to the southwest over here, and normally, actually in a normal winter, this would be dry, but the moat is actually water-filled at the moment, only slightly. There's a little bit of water in there. We've had so much rain recently that it's actually filled the moat up, and there's a pond on the southwest corner that is modern, but the rest of it is all original. Now these usually date to the medieval period, somewhere between sort of 11th century right up to the 15th century, and there is no trace of any house on here, although I can see some slight levelling and perhaps the lines of some walls, but it's all going to be subterranean. There's just a couple of little earthworks I think are present. Now, as I say, the house is demolished. There's no trace of it, so I have no idea what was actually here, but generally there would have been perhaps a large farmhouse similar to what we saw earlier, or a manor house, something like that. Usually if there's a manor house there'll be a church nearby, and the church is not here, it's down at the other side of the village. So I imagine this is probably like an ornamental feature around some kind of medieval farmhouse. So it's here that I'm actually going to join the St Edmund Way, which is a long distance trail that runs from Manningtree up to Brandon. I've done this walk once before, and if you're interested, I'll try and remember to pop the link just in the description. And I want to follow this all the way back to Alpheton via Hunt's Moat, so another moat on this walk. So I'm almost back in the village of Alpheton. I can hear the rumble of the A134 just behind the trees over there. But where I am here is Hunt's Moat, and I can actually see some of the water-filled ditch here. And from the air you can see lots of sort of water-filled ditches as well. It seems to be a very long rectangle. So no one knows why it's called Hunt's Moat, but it's likely that this was the site of a large farmstead, very similar to the previous moats that I've seen today. And of course, absolutely nothing exists above ground, just the earthworks. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and also ring the bell to keep up to date with future uploads. And I'll see you in the next one.